Good morning to all. Today we can learn unit number 3, chapter 8, Securities Exchange Board of India, that is SEBI. Okay, hereafter I will call SEBI, Securities Exchange Board of India. Okay, see, Securities Exchange Board of India was first established in the year 1988 this was established in the year 1988. Okay, it is a non-statutory body for regulating the security market. So this SEBI was established to regulate the security market. So SEBI is an authority who regulates the security market, buying and selling of securities. Okay, it was an autonomous body by the government of India. It is an autonomous one under 12th May 1992 and given statutory powers 1992 with the SEBI Act 1992. So this was running under SEBI Act 1992. SEBI has its headquarters in the business district of Badragurla complex in Mumbai. So Mumbai has its SEBI has its headquarters in Mumbai, and northern, eastern and southern and western region offices New Delhi, Kolkata, Chennai and Ahmedabad. These are the various regional offices. Then SEBI was a non-statutory body without any statutory power. SEBI has additional statutory power by the Government of India through an amendment to the Securities Exchange Board of India Act 1992. So, who are the members consisting this SEBI? See, this chart showing, first one, organizational structure of SEBI. First one, director. Under the director, additional director, joint director, deputy director. Here additional director, administration, additional direction, administration, additional director, administration, session officers, administration. Next, technical director, joint directors, deputy director, system directors, assistant director, system, technical assistant. These are the organizational structure of SEBI. Okay. So, this body, this SEBI, is an apex body that maintains and regulates our capital market. They are regulating and maintaining the capital market, security market. It was established in 1988 by Indian government. It was established by Indian government in the year 1988 and got statutory powers in 1992. 1992 only, that time that is a non-statutory one body. Now after 1992 it became a statutory body. So this play an important role in the Indian economy. Then what are the objectives of SEBI? See, first one, regulation of stock exchange. First of all, the most important duty of a SEBI is to regulate the stock exchanges. That means the one who are operating in the stock exchanges. Second one is protection to the investors. Here SEBI provides a good protection to the investors' money. Yeah, that is why the SEBI is an authority who helps the investors to protect their interest. Then the third one is checking the insider trading. What is insider trading? Insider trading means buying and selling of securities by directors, promoters, etc. So confidentially they are selling inside the company. Directors are there, promoters are there in the organization. No, they itself buying and selling securities. That is insider trading. So this was restricted by SEBI. SEBI not allowing to sell or do insider trading. Then control our brokers. It is an important to supervise and check the activities of the brokers and middlemen in order to control the capital market. So they are controlling the brokers and the middlemen. That is, SEBI controls all the brokers in the security market and the middlemen in the security market. To regulate their activities, they are only regulating their activities. SEBI has the power to regulate the activities. So these are the various objectives of SEBI. Then what are the functions of SEBI? Okay. It is a nodal agency which safeguards the interest of the investors in the Indian financial market. Those who are investing money in the financial market, the SEBI safeguard their interest. Okay. So we can, the SEBI is an authority who safeguards the interest of the investors. SEBI performs three key functions. First one, quasi-legislative, quasi-judicial and quasi-executive. These are the three functions performed by SEBI. Quasi-legislative, quasi-judicial, quasi-executive. It drafts regulations and conduct investigation and enforcement action, passes ruling and order. So they are only drafting the regulations and doing the investigations regarding any action, then passes ruling and orders. They are only put forward the rules and orders. So what are the functions of SEBI? This one, objectives of SEBI. Now we are going to see functions of SEBI. See, it safeguards the interest of the investors by means of adequate education and guidance. The SEBI providing proper education and guidance regarding the investments to the investors. SEBI makes rules and regulations that must be followed by financial intermediaries. What are all the rules and regulations followed by financial intermediaries? Underwriters, merchant brokers and some underwriters. It takes care of the complaints received from the investors. Any complaints received from the investors are investigated by the SEBI. Then second one, regulating and controlling the business on stock market. What are all the activities are going on the stock market that are regulated and controlled by SEBI? That is registration of brokers. Sub-brokers is made mandatory. So it is compulsory to register the brokers and the sub-brokers. Then only they can regulate them. So SEBI regulates and conducts all the brokers by way, sub-brokers by way of registering their name in the SEBI. Then conduct inspection and inquiries of stock exchanges. They are conducting inspection if anybody violating the rules or not. Inquiries and intermediaries and safeguard regulating organization to take appropriate measures whenever required. Whenever and wherever there is a necessary for the involvement of SEBI, SEBI is ready to interfere in the problems. They are investigating the problem. This function carried out for organizing working of stock exchanges and intermediaries. The next one, barring insider trading in securities. We know what is insider trading. Insider trading means buying and selling of securities by directors, promoters who have access to some confidential information about the company. Directors and promoters have confidential information regarding when they are buying and selling securities. They know very well. So they itself, directors and promoters are buying and selling. There is a mutual understanding among them. So that is controlled by SEBI. Then prohibiting deceptive and unfair methods used by financial intermediaries. If there is any unfair methods outside the rules and regulations, that are also controlled by SEBI. Then registering and controlling functioning the stock brokers. Whoever may be the stock brokers, sub-brokers, they are compelling them to register in the stock exchange. Underwriters, registers, merchant brokers, investment advisors, all intermediaries, all are to be registered with the stock exchanges. SEBI issues guidelines and instruction to business concerning capital issues. If there is any capital issues, SEBI giving guidelines and instructions regarding how to get the money like that, how to get the fund for developing their business like that. Then next one is SEBI regulates and mergers, acquisitions as way to protect the interest of the investors. So here we can see that the companies, there may be merger and acquisition. Sometimes there are two companies by the same owner. One company is going on a loss, another company getting profit. They can merge together or they can amalgamate together. So that type of activities are regulated by SEBI. So SEBI give directions how to merge the company, how to take over. That means acquisition, amalgamation, etc. At the registering and controlling the functions of collective investment schemes. So for example, mutual funds, they are also functioning collective investment schemes such as mutual funds. If anybody invested in mutual funds, SEBI only directing them and regulating the mutual funds. Okay, the aim is to maintain effective supervision and avoid any unfair and anti-investor action. If there is any unfair action, that should be controlled through registering and controlling the functioning of mutual funds. Then promoting and self-regulatory organization of intermediaries. So how many intermediaries are there in the stock market? So they are directing to form an organization of the intermediaries. The functions of SEBI is motivate financial intermediaries to create professional associations and manage harmful actions of their members. So they are helping those. SEBI helps the intermediaries to motivate the financial activities, and if there is any unfair activities, the SEBI takes actions against them. Then carrying out steps in order to develop the capital market by having an accommodating approach. Here they are carrying out steps to develop the capital market. So SEBI, the main aim of SEBI is to develop the capital market. Okay, so they are taking out so many steps to develop the capital market. Then provide appropriate training to financial intermediaries. Those who are dealing with shares and stocks, they are providing training. Then levying fee or any other type of charges to carry out purpose of the act. So levying fee, SEBI controlling them to charge any other fees. So many fees are not allowed to charge from the investors regarding the investment. That is through the intermediaries only they are doing the business now. So intermediaries are not allowing to charge more fees. Then performing functions that may be assigned to it by the central government of India. So they are performing the functions based upon the central government rules and regulations. So these are the various functions of SEBI. This is an important question for exam. What are the functions of SEBI? What are the objectives of SEBI? Okay. Thank you.